Yo, what is going on, faithful traders? Welcome back to another great video. Like how we like to always start off the videos by giving God everything we've got, being thankful to him that we have another day on this planet. And I hope that this video can help you out in whatever way you're looking for. I actually got this video recommended to me a few days ago in the comment section, so please leave your comments down below. Like, subscribe, turn on bells, do all that YouTube stuff. And if you guys want to get really serious about day trading, go to the mentorship. Okay, I didn't make the mentorship because I need the money. I made the mentorship because a lot of people are just selling courses. They're selling, like signals and stuff like that. And I just don't believe that's for you guys. I think you guys need true mentorship, one-on-one, me sitting down, going over your charts, going over what I can do to help you guys out. I've got free also videos on there as well to help you guys be better traders. Okay. So with all that being said, like I said, once again, we thank God for another day. And I'm very grateful every single day that I'm alive. I feel good. I'm healthy. And to everybody who watches this video, like I said, make sure you do all the YouTube stuff. But more importantly, you thank God you woke up today and you feel good. Okay, let's get into this. So I want to talk about risk management specifically for evals and fundeds. Now, my own risk management, my personal account, is vastly different than what this is up here. But I just wanted, like I said, I had the video. One of you guys commented on it. And if you guys have any other suggestions, please let me know. I'm happy to help you guys out. Now, I am a bit of a, excuse me, I am a bit of a loose cannon when it comes to, hold on, let me see something. Okay, a loose cannon when it comes to trading props. Okay, I am not really looking for, especially evals, I am looking to risk a lot. And I mean a lot. So we're going to go over this step by step. And if I miss anything, please, like I said, let me know. And I'm more than happy to help you guys out. So I usually bought 150K accounts, sometimes 50K accounts, just depending on what promo they had. But let's just say I know 150K account better off the top of my head. 150K account risk is, I think it's like 4.5, like $4,500 is what you can risk on a 150K account. So if you have a 150K account, you're allowed to risk, or you're allowed to lose $4,500. Now, I want you guys to remember something. You really do not have a real 150K account. I know a lot of people think they have a 150K account, but in actuality, you have a $4,000 account. Let that seep in for you guys. When you guys are trading these evals and prop firms and whatever, you are trading this number right here, and we're actually going to highlight it so you guys know what I'm talking about. But right here, you guys are essentially risking that amount right there. That $4,500 is what you guys are risking. That's as clear as I can make it. You do not actually own a 150K account with the company. You own a $4,500 account. So when it comes to risk, we need to be mindful of that number. When you are trading an eval, you need to be mindful of the amount, whatever account. If it's a 50K account, you can risk $2,000 or $2,500. If it's a 250K account, you can risk 5,000 or whatever. I don't know the amount, but that you need to be cognizant and be mindful of. That is actually what the account is. Pretend, the easiest thing to do is pretend like it's really a $4,000 account. You can just, max leverage with like 15 contracts. Okay. Or depending on the firm, some do 17, 15, some do 10. I don't know, but focus on the $4,500. Okay. Now, if it was me and I were to go back and trade a 150K account, what I would be doing is I'm going to be, can't stand that it does like this every time. I'm going to be risking roughly 1K per trade setup. Okay. About $1,000 per trading setup. That is what I would risk personally. And you might be uncomfortable with that. That's okay. Your goal with these prop firms is not to make $200-300 a day, risk like $100 a day. Listen, when certain companies do 90% off and they're $10 or $12. You have $12. If you don't have $12 to lose, click off this video. If you do not have literally like $12 to lose, I want you to go do something else, go get a better job, do something else, because I have lost tens of thousands of dollars in order now to be a quote unquote millionaire trader. Okay. I say quote unquote because, only God knows what I'll finish this year, but I'm on track right now to do over $1 million this year alone. But I don't want you guys thinking like, oh man, I blew a $12 account or a $20 account or 50. If you don't have this money, you either need to go, like I said, go watch my other video where I describe what you need to do in order to go from like, 0 to 7-figure trader. Go get a job, do all that stuff. Go watch the other video. I've got a bunch of other videos talking about psychology and things like that, and even my strategy a little bit as well. So I'm personally going to risk on a 150K account around $1,000 per trading setup. And I also want it to be a little bit of a loose stop loss. So I'm going to put also down here, loose stop loss. So I do not want to be wicked in and out. I do not want to be I essentially do not want to be, like a 2-point stop loss, a 3-point stop loss. If you want to trade like that, that's fine. Like I said, I do trade like that myself personally. I have in the past, and it's actually what made me very profitable. Is I had really tight stop losses. If I got blown out, it was like, okay, whatever. But it is up to you. I think you need to risk maybe 1 to 1.5. I would say comfortably, 1 to, let's put 1 to 1.5K per trade, just due to the fact that you want to have some room in the account for margin or for error, right? And then you want to be looking for, if you're risking, let's say you're risking, I don't know, $1,000, you want to at least try to make a 1-to-1. If you can hit, a couple of 1-to-1s and you're scalping, or, whatever it may be, 1-to-1, 2-to-1s are really where you're going to be in the money. And of course, if you hit a grand slam and this thing is up, $4,000, $5,000, and you hit a 1-to-5, God bless, by all means, keep doing that. But like I said, I would, when I used to trade for one company to pass them because they were a little bit more expensive, I would risk like $1,000 to $2,000 per trade per setup. And then if that netted me a 1-to-1, I would take the slow route to pass. I'm not rushing the passing process with certain firms because some need like a 50% rule. Some need you have to have like 5 consecutively trading days or a consistency rule just to pass to the funded. And then there are some that you can pass in a single day and you can risk the whole account. If you want to be balls to the wall, and really, if you are really confident in your edge, I mean, you can take a full margin trade, risk the $4,500 in order to make the $9,000 and do a 1-to-2 in order to pass the eval. It really depends on who you are, more or less than, it really depends on like who you are versus anything else. I just want to line these up. Okay. So loose stop losses, like I said, you're looking for a 1 to 1.5 per trading setup, but that is always up to you. If you have the money, I mean, if you have really the money that you can burn through it, you could risk a little bit more. You can risk you could take a 15 contract trade, try to make 4,500 in a single trade, and then 4,500 in another trade in order to pass it. But you have to, like I said, be really confident in the edge or the strategy. I don't think a lot of you guys who are watching these videos are uber confident. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm so confident, because you're not looking up these type of videos. Let's be honest. You're not looking up how do you pass a prop firm and how do you do risk management. You're looking at like, how do I just, continue? How do I just pass? How do I, do the baby steps? And I'm all for it. I'm more than happy to help you guys out with the baby steps, because when I started, I didn't have anybody to help me with the baby steps. I just continuously threw money at the charts and trying to get a strategy to stick. So, hey, everybody's different. So this is pretty much what I'm going to do here, right? You have a 150K account with $4,500 risk. And of course, like I said, that is the money you are playing with. You need to just divide that amount of money by how much you want to risk per trading setup. Loose stop losses if you want to. And you can put really tight stop losses, like 3 to 5 point stop losses. But for me personally, I think for you guys need to, you know, focus on just passing the eval, focus on giving yourself more opportunities. Now, if you are not profitable already and you are taking evals, go back. Go back, go back, go back. Do not waste money on evals. These companies make literally a disgusting amount of money every single month off of you guys who cannot pass an eval or even get the actual statistic for you guys getting a paycheck from the funded is like 1%. So if you, even if you pass the eval, which is you're like a part of the top 10% to pass an eval, the minute you transfer over to the funded side, you are like less than 1% or 1 point something percent chance of getting a payout because what you did here might not translate well over there. I think I have a video, it's one of my first videos as well, about like how to stop blowing accounts. So if you guys need to go watch that video, go in the backlog. It's like one of my first videos. It's like how to stop blowing funded accounts. But this is something I would do if you are not comfortable trading like this. So, newer trader, size down, risk to, I don't know, let's say like 500 per trade. Okay, so if you guys are newer traders, I want you guys, and this is going to be a lot smaller because I was trying to, I don't know how to like make this thing go. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to drag this thing down. Okay, that's not helping out at all. Let's just make it a little bit bigger. You know what? This is fine actually. Here, we'll just shrink it down like that. Okay. If you're a newer trader, I want you to size down to maybe $500 a trade. If you're not super confident in your strategy, in the markets or whatever. And then you guys also need to limit the amount of trades you are taking. So let's do that one as well. Sorry, a lot of this is off the cuff. I've been just kind of running around today. So I'm just doing this. Like I said, you guys requested it, and I'm more than happy to help you guys out because I had to figure all this out by myself. I blew thousands on evals. I lost my point now talking. $500 per trade. I was going to say something. I forgot. Oh no, I'm live. No, not really. There was something I literally was about to say. Hold on, maybe it'll come back to me. So, newer traders size down, risk to 500 per trade. Oh yeah, limit. Yes, okay. So limit amount of trades per day or session. Okay, so we need to make this bada bing, bada boom, skeep, bop, bop, bop. Okay, that's a little bit probably too large, huh? That's crazy large. Whoa. Yeah, we could definitely, okay. So I want you guys to also be limiting the amount of trades you're taking per day. I am a textbook over trader. On a personal account, it works out fine. I make money. If you guys look at my TradeZella stats, I've already had like 600 trades this year, and we're only on the 7th of February. But that doesn't mean that you guys need to do the same thing, right? I would tell you guys, if you were part of the mentorship, I would tell you guys maybe limit to 1 to 3 trades per day. Obviously, you have to take one trade. You don't have to take one trade per day, but if you're trying to pass, you want to at least take one, decent setup per day. So in my opinion, it's, excuse me. In my opinion, I think you guys are really in a sweet spot of taking 2 to 3 trades. 2 to 3 trades per day. That's it. That's all I want you guys to take. 2 to 3 trades per day. Somewhat decent, high probability. Obviously, if you guys are not If you guys do not know your high probability setups, then you need to get with somebody who can help you and who can show you high probability setups, or who can even just help coach you on your strategy. Like myself, I've been in the markets for quite some time. Regardless, 2 to 3 trades per day. I think this gives you guys a really good foundation, like a really good foundation of how to pass an eval. Okay. Um, I just want you guys, like I said, I want you guys, and I've said this in my videos before, these companies make so much money off of your guys' hard work without really them paying out a lot of people. Like I said, they're paying literally about 1, maybe 2% of the population of the firm. So I want you guys to run it up. I want you guys to make a bunch of money. I want you guys to even just get maybe a few payouts under your belt to feel good about yourself, like, wow, I can't believe I got even just like a couple $1,000s worth of payouts. That's an awesome feeling. And I want everybody to experience that, because it really, really changes the way you think of how you do it. Okay. So that's pretty much this for this side. And like I said, I want you guys to adjust the numbers here. If this is, we're at 150K account, you got $4,500 worth of risk. You just need to look at the number. You have $4,500 of risk. How confident are you in your edge, in your strategy, in whatever you are doing? How confident are you in it? And I want you guys just to divide that number by, how many trades you're comfortable. For me, if I blow a $4,500 account with taking like 4 setups and each of my setups fails, that's okay. I'm just gonna call it a day. Like, all right, I blew the account. I lost $15, $50, $100, whatever it may be. No problem. I'll just buy another one, try again. And you have to be very careful. Excuse me, my eyeballs itching like crazy. You have to be very careful about the hamster wheel. I've talked about it in another video before. I can't remember which one it is now, but the hamster wheel effect is what they are getting you on, which is you are essentially put this little, this little treat in front of you, and you're blowing evals, you're blowing evals, you're blowing evals. You get funded maybe once, you get a little taste of the little carrot in front of you, but then they're like, we have all these other rules now for funded, or you blow a funded account and you never get the real treat. Okay. I want you guys to get the real treat. So just always be mindful of the amount of money you can lose. 150K is roughly 4,500, depending on the firm. 50K, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, it's like $2,500, so 2.5K. Just divide that. $2,500. If you're taking, $250 worth of risk, maybe $300 worth of risk, you can take like 10 trades. And of course, if you have a good strategy, if you have a good psychology, you're not afraid to take these trades. You're not afraid, and of course, limit your trades, right? I don't want you guys, if you can take 5 trades, don't take all 5 in a single day, okay? Maybe you read the market wrong. Maybe market structure was just being absolute garbage. Maybe you weren't patient enough. Whatever it may be, I want you guys just to hold out and size down, right? If you're you could take 1 to 2 trades per day if you're really not comfortable taking 3 trades. For me personally, if I'm gonna try an eval, I'm going to take like 20 trades a day, or as many as it takes in order to pass it. That's just me. But I want you guys, like I said, to pass these evals, and now we're going to go over to what you need to do, because it's going to change a little bit once we go over to the funded side. Okay, so funded side, once again, same principle. So I'm just going to draw an arrow here. Same principle for this, which is that is way too big. That is not what my wife tells me. Sorry. So, whoops, bing bot. Okay, so same amount of risk. If you have 150K here, you have $4,500 worth of risk in the funded side as well. And actually, you know what? Let me just delete this. I just don't want it to be that large. It feels like it just took up too much space for me. So same risk applies here. Same risk. Or I guess it's the same amount of money. Same loss amount. How about we do that? Then let's make this a little bit bigger. Same loss amount. So you guys can only lose the same amount, which is $4,500, in order to try to make some money back. Now, this is where funded gets a little bit different for me personally, this is what I did in order. If you want to go gamble and go, guns blazing on Eval on this side, you guys can't see I cut it, but if you want to go guns blazing on Eval, that's fine. Go guns blazing. Spend the $12, $15 when they're on sale. Like I said, 90% off, or whoever firm you're using when they're on sale, or if they're cheap, you can buy a couple of them. Do your strategy over and over again until it pans out, and then you pass. But the minute you pass, you need to tighten the belt. We need to really, really tighten the belt here. So what I did in order to tighten the belt for me personally was I started risking a lot less. I would risk, I'm trying to think now, this is a long time since I've traded funded, so risk a lot less. What would be a good margin for you guys for risking a lot less? I'm trying to think now. Sorry. Like I said, I do a lot of these videos off the cuff for you guys, just so that I can knock them out for the day, because I got other stuff to get done with in a little bit. So risk a lot less. I'm gonna say you guys should start risking, if it's a 150K account, I think you should start risking, what's 1%? 1% of a 150K account. What is that, like 150 bucks? So risk a lot less. Let's just add a new box here. 1/2% at most. Or you can do what I used to do as well, which is I just used to do like a flat amount. So once again, like how I had over there on the eval side, whoa, that might be too big. Like I had over there on the eval side, I would just risk sometimes, just depending. I would just risk like, 150K account. I'm comfortable risking, let's say, excuse me. I'm comfortable risking, I don't know. I gotta think now. Sorry, you guys are I'm putting myself on the spot here. I was comfortable risking on a 150K account per day, probably like $1,000, even on a funded stage. But I was, once again, very confident in the edge to risk that amount. If you guys are not confident here on evals, I want you guys to really reduce the amount of risk. So 1%, risk 1% of the 150K, $150, maybe even $300. Okay. Your goal, remember, the goal of the whole funded. So the goal of this, I'm going to make this transparency maybe a little bit less. Put the weight up. Get your weight up. The whole goal of being a funded trader, okay? And I talked about this in my last video as well. Why did that just do? All right. So the whole goal of being funded is to make money. That's it. Your whole goal is to get a payout. And I talked about this in the last video. Get money. Remember that. The company wants you to fail. They do not care about you at all. You are a customer. You literally do not matter to them, other than you are a paycheck for these companies. So you guys need to treat the funded with a lot of respect. You guys need to look at it and go, okay, I've got a 150K account. I only want to risk $200 to $300 per day. Loose stop losses, tight stop losses. If you need to scale down, like I trade NQ, if you are not comfortable taking like 2 to 3 contracts, go to the micros, right? Go to like 4 to 5 micros, risk the $200 to $300, and have a wider stop loss and maybe a 1-to-1 TP. All you need to do, depending on these companies as well, all you really need to do is I know Top Step is like make $200. Like make $200 a day. Listen, that's all you guys need to do. If you're risking, let's say $300 on a 150K account, you're risking 2%. You just need to hit a 1-to-1 and call it a day. The way I trade is, we're going to do a little bit of this. This is also what I did. Green is green. Okay. We're going to even make it green for you guys. Change all? No, don't change all. Just change this one. Why don't you want to change just this color? Okay. Yep. See, that's why I didn't want to do that. I just wanted the text to be green, but that's okay. That's all right. So green is green, meaning if you are up money, you are up $300, you are up $150, you are up $400. Green is green, meaning that I want you guys to take the profits off the table. Simple as that. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything other than make your money and call it a day. If you are truly a consistently profitable trader, you will always make the money. You will always make that 1 to 2% back every single day. Or maybe your first trade fails, but your second trade wins. You're at break even. Your third trade, maybe you make a little bit. When I was funded, I literally, if I was up like $500-600, I was taking it off the table. Even if I was risking $1,000, I just wanted the payout. And now you need to worry about, depending on the company, I know Top Step doesn't do this, but you need to kind of worry about the last thing here on the funded stage, which is consistency. Consistency, if I can spell correctly. Consistency. There is on Google, I believe. There is on Google rules. Excuse me, why are you all the way over here? Consistency rules, okay? You guys need to be very, very cautious with the consistency rules because these companies will deny you. If it's a 30% consistency rule, 20% consistency rule, whatever it is, they will excuse me, they will deny you for whatever reason they see fit. Remember, you guys are essentially just they're making money based solely off of you guys, okay? This video is going a lot longer than I expected, but that's okay. I'm hoping that this finds you guys and helps you guys out, like my other videos have been. And then the last thing I wanted to say, okay, so last question was copy trading. Okay, so copy trading, I'm not going to make a whole big thing about it, so just listen up. If you're bored already, I'm sorry. I know this video is like 20, almost 30 minutes long. If you are copy trading 20 accounts for a company, okay, maybe I will have to write this down actually. Let's just put 20 accounts, 20 accounts. Okay, you're trading 20 accounts on a company and you are very afraid. Remember, I'm not talking to the ultra confident person here. I'm talking to the person that's new to trading, that finally got funded. There you have like 10 accounts, 20 accounts. I don't care how many accounts you have and you're just copy trading them all. Be very cautious because I know with NinjaTrader that what happened to me sometimes was that I would be copy trading like 20 accounts at a time or sometimes even more. I think, yes, whatever, like 20 accounts, let's just say, copy trading. Sometimes I would go to break even. Some accounts would go to break even, and then some accounts would not go to break even. I would get an error on the screen, and then I would have to look at Rhythmic or I would have to look at NinjaTrader, and I would see some of them at like negative P&L, and sometimes it worked out in my favor where I was in positive P&L. But I just want you guys, if you are afraid, of trading 20 accounts, just all you got to do, very simple, all you got to do is trade like, I don't know, half of it. Let's just say half. Trade half of the accounts. Okay? That's it. Literally, all you have to do if you are afraid is just trade half the accounts. So you got 20 accounts. I want you guys to trade 10 accounts and then 10 accounts. If you're really concerned about it, you guys can marginalize your accounts. So if, let's say, sorry, I got a call. Let's say you have 20 accounts and, you did the strategy like I talked about where you buy one account, then you buy two accounts, then you got 10 accounts, and from 10 accounts, you like get a payout, then you buy 10 more accounts, whatever. Let's just say you have a certain amount of accounts, 20, like I said, we're using this example. Trade maybe 5 of them, okay, if you're afraid. Trade like 5 of them, maybe ultra gung-ho. if you're trading 5 accounts, you're like, all right, on these 5 accounts, I am willing to risk $1,000 a trade because I want to make, I want to build the buffer up really fast on these accounts, and I'm really confident in this strategy right now. Okay, so you take those 5 accounts, you trade these 5, ultra risky. So we're gonna just add. I'm just gonna do this on the pen. It's kind of fast. Actually, no, it's not. So, you know what? Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let me zoom. Let me scroll down here a little bit, and we're gonna do 5, 5, 5, 5 to equal up to the 20 accounts. That's the worst 5s I've ever drawn in my life. And then each one we're gonna make a separate thing for. So these ones are going to be risky. Then we're going to do moderate. Can we pull that? There we go. So moderate, risky, moderate. And then if you really wanted to, you could trade, I don't know, you could trade like low risk for the last one, or low risk for the third one. So you got risky here, where you're going to risk like $1,000 a trade. You've got moderate, where maybe you're going to risk $500 a trade. You've got low risk on that 1% side, where you're going to risk, let's say, $150 per trade. And then you could go even if you really want to, ultra low, and you could do micros. So if you're trading NQ, you could go here and trade micros. And that's about it. I mean, that hopefully this gives you guys some form of clearance, some form of like a clear headspace of what you guys need to do in order to really run a bag with these companies. Now, I'm going to say this again. This is at the end of the video. You guys need a mentor. You need an edge. You need a profitable strategy. You need something that you can beat the market almost every single day. You guys have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, I post pretty much every single day or week of my P&Ls. This week happened to be a $21,000 week, green all 5 days. I'm very grateful to God for that. But I'm just saying, you need to find somebody who can teach you the markets, who can mentor you, who can hover over you, who can show you what to do, how to do it, and who is profitable a lot of the time. Okay. Other than that, I hope this answered the question. Like I said, leave comments below if you guys stuck around this far, because not a lot of people do. It's a long video. God loves you. Remember, read your Bible, get into the Word more often, imitate Christ to the best of your abilities. Know that you need Jesus every single day, no matter what, through Him and His Holy Spirit. So remember, pray every single day, be there, be a better person, and try to imitate the best person that we've ever seen, who is literally perfect. In Jesus' name, I will see you guys in the next one. Amen.